Alright guys, so today we're going to be going over edge guarding for Snake 101. If you guys like the content, again subscribe, follow me on Twitch, you can catch me live and we can always play matches and learn from there. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment as well and message me if need be. So this is a 101 guide for really how to edge guard with Snake. He has a lot of options, so edge guarding is very important with this character. Everybody's recovery is different, so every character's up B and each of your opponents will recover differently, and that's something you guys will have to learn and be able to adapt as well. But there's general areas of what we want to do as far as edge guarding goes. So when they're off the stage, the options that I like to do is really put a grenade down. You know, you can light toss one, you can cook one, and then just Z drop it with the Z button, or ZR I believe it is, or I think it's R button if you're using Joy-Con. You could do that. You could do a C4. That's mainly used if they're like recovering low. If they're recovering medium, like a horizontal recovery, like Donkey Kong and Bowser, let's say, I like to put a grenade there because their up B will hit the grenade. It's not guaranteed, obviously, if they're going for the ledge, but if they're going for like on the stage, the grenade will help hit, and it'll hit them there. Another option is, you know, if they're recovering high, I like to do like a Nikita and kind of just try to chase them up there, or try to chase them and go for an up air. Again, another one, if they're recovering low, you could jump off and do a back air. Those are good against like people that tether, like the Belmonts. If they do have like a tether recovery, you can drop down and like do a back air, and hopefully they'll hit the stage and get stage spiked. It's not something I recommend personally because it puts you off the stage. Same as a forward air. Forward air, or trying to spike them with your forward air, again, is kind of a risky thing because it puts you in the air. Not something I recommend with Snake. But that's so far as like making sure they don't get back on stage. Now what happens when they're at the stage, right? What happens if they're at the ledge? And basically there's only a few options. They could jump, as I just did. They could do a get up. They could do a get up attack. They could do a roll, or they could just wait, or do a re-grab. Most people that you play will actually do either a get up, a regular get up, or a roll, to be honest. Most people will just act immediately with that move. Not many people will really stay on the ledge or re-grab or jump, unless if they're like pretty heavily experienced, and then they'll be mixing it up. But as far as like a casual player goes, or a decent player goes, most of them will just do, again, roll or get up attack. So what can we do, right? How do we stop this? How do we get hits? How do we punish them? And first things first, a very, very basic thing to do is just put a grenade here. Now what does that cover? That covers get up, and that covers get up attack. Now if they do a get up attack, they will hit the grenade, but their invincibility frames will stop them from getting hit. So it's not really the best thing, but if they do a regular get up, they're gonna get hit. You can put one here, and that'll, if they roll, they'll be on the grenade and then they'll get hit for it. You could do two, and that'll cover both options. So the only other option they could do is wait or jump. And if you put the grenade down like at the right moment when it explodes, your opponent's invincibility frames might run out. So by the time the grenade explodes, it'll hit them. So pretty much they might have the only option of just jumping. Then at that point, you could use when they jump, you could use your neutral air to hit them, or an up air. That's what I would recommend out of the two, really. I don't really see the need to do a fair, because if you did a forward air, you'd spike them on the stage, which is kind of nonsense. Back air wouldn't make sense because of the hitbox, or if you did like a turnaround back air, that's doable. I would prefer the up air or the nair, to be honest. If they jump, having a C4 here would be good, because if they jump, most people, they're not gonna, because like when you jump, you can obviously, you know, control your character. You can do a double jump, or You could do a double jump, you could do an aerial, you can jump back. But if they jump forward and they go for this platform, you can put this C4 there and that'll stop them from going there. So they'll have only one option to jump up, straight up, and then you can hit them with their neutral air. So you could do that, cover both options, and then hit them there, or go for the C4 if they jump and then try to land here. Another thing to do is mortars, which is his up smash. Up smash is really good, and positioning is key. If they're hanging on the ledge, I like to do this. And if they roll to avoid the up smash, you can get your F tilt here. Or you can get an up tilt for the kill. Now if they get up, they're either going to get hit by the mortar or they'll be forced to actually shield. If they shield, free grab. You can just grab them. If they do a get up attack, you can do the mortar and then shield for the get up attack. So when they do their get up attack, you can punish them with the shield grab. Again, a shield grab is just shielding and then holding the A button. Now, I like to personally charge one and then do a second one uncharged, because two will land in almost after each other, which is good because if they get up and they do like a get up attack, let's say, the first one might not hit because of invincibility frames from the get up attack, but the second one will come down and hit them. They won't really have enough time to really shield for it. So that's another good thing too. Another good thing, if your opponent recovers low, which is going to be people like, let's say, K. Rool. If we can get K. Rool here, let's see. You can do this. And then notice how he did dodge it, you know, but it is a good option to have it off stage. See how I hit him that time? Another thing too, like when he recovers low, for this character specifically, obviously, you can kind of get the C4 down there too. See how we got him? Because he recovered low. So that's, you know, certain characters are going to be different as far as their recoveries go. Another one is side B, the Nikita. And the Nikita is very, very good. Some characters not good against. It's not good against K. Rool because his propeller actually beats the Nikita. It's not good against Bowser's up B or Donkey Kong's up B because they actually go right through it. But it's good for people like the Belmonts or let's see who else. Wolf. Wolf is pretty good. Falco and Fox, Luigi, Mario, stuff like that. Because their up Bs don't really go through much. So that's what I would recommend personally as far as using the side B. And another thing I like to do is kind of like, so let's say they're on the ledge, right? You can do a side B and then immediately cancel it. And basically your opponent is going to think, okay, this the side B is leaving him wide open. I'm gonna roll and then try to attack him. But as soon as you cancel it and then they roll, it's too late, and then you can commit to the up tilt or whatever you want to do to go for another hit. It's a nice fake in my opinion. Like, what I do with the Nikita is I never go straight for them. I like to turn, do a circle, mix it around, try to make them think that you're not that you're going for them actually. So if they're like down here and they're too scared and they air dodge, they have a long time to do their up B. That's gonna put them into danger mode. There have been some people where I've faked them out to where they've done an air dodge and then they couldn't recover. So basically it's get air dodge or get hit. I mean, well, air dodge or get hit. So that's a really good a good tool for it. But then, like, if they're pretty close to the ledge and I side B, and by the time I side B they're already on the ledge, I'll immediately cancel it because they're gonna go for the punish, because they're gonna look to punish you for using the side B, because it is kind of a laggy move. But if you cancel on time and they go for you, they're running at you or they roll, just hit them with the up tilt or whatever other tilt, or, you know, a down air or something. And then that's it. You'll hit them back. You could do aerials off stage. I wouldn't recommend it because, again, it is risky considering Snake is not an aerial character. So, I mean, you could do a back air. You can hang on the ledge and then do a back air. You could do a forward air to try to spike them or something. Or you can just go off and try to hit them with a neutral air. Again, it is nice and it feels great when you hit them. As far as a serious match goes, if you're playing like serious, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. Because if you miss, you know, it's over. Well, it's not completely over, but it's gonna be nerve-wracking to get back on, especially if the opponent is really, really good at off-stage shenanigans or whatever. So I wouldn't recommend it again, because if you miss, then you gotta up B. Snake is fully open to getting hit, and you know,